I recently started my hardcore Minecraft Forever world. In this video, you'll be seeing me survive the first 100 days in the world as I build cozy bases, build big farms and big towers. I will obviously try not to die. But if you do enjoy the video, feel free to leave me a like and subscribe down below. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in another new world of Minecraft. And it looks like quite a beautiful world, I must say. But there's enough wasting time. We are in hardcore mode, of course, so I do need to get the basics sorted so we don't die early. Let's quickly get ourselves some wooden tools so we can move up on the world and get some stone tools. A nice pickaxe and then a wooden axe. Because with a wooden axe, we can just chop the rest of the tree down. Simple as. And let's find some loose stone if we can. Looks like we got some here. Perfect. We have entered the Stone Age. We're moving up in the world. Right, 6 pieces of cobble. That should do for now. Hello, cow. Unfortunately, I'm going to need to end your life, and I'm sorry. Okay, and let's upgrade our pickaxe and axe to the Stone Age. Sorry, guys, you didn't get much use, but you'll thank me for it later. I'm hoping that this was a little cave entrance down here. Maybe we can get some early iron. It is. It looks scary, though. Any iron? Coal? Anything? No, just copper. Unfortunately, no iron down there. But that's okay. Let's get some more wood and then move on from this area. Take a couple of the saplings with us. Ooh. Look at the landscape of this. Well, this looks lovely to me. You can't really see because the simulation distance is down, but it's nice. And I believe we found another cave opening. No, I've been baited. Aha. At least we got ourselves some coal. That's a good start. Torches are going to be essential because when the evil monsters start coming out at night time, for some reason they're scared of torches and they just don't come near it. We found our first pieces of iron, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a nice chunk too. Thank you to the Minecraft gods. Thank you. I don't really want to venture down there. It looks dangerous, but there's more cave to explore up here. Turns out it wasn't. I got baited again. Just taking in the scenery for a moment. Looks very nice. Another cave opening. I'm sorry, pigs, but man's got to eat. I'm sorry that I just slaughtered your friends. I really am. Well, that looks like a huge cave opening. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm liking the look of this piece of land we got over here. We got the lake or the river. Don't know what the difference between the two is. Maybe one's freshwater and one's seawater, but that doesn't really matter. Sheep, I need you for your wool so we can sleep the nights away and skip all the hard parts. I can hear a zombie. I'm running low on food, people. I need to make a furnace to cook up some meat. And also, we can cook up the iron that we've got while we're here. Is that a baby zombie? Sounds like he's burning to death. Well, he's just burned to death already. Ooh. That there is a village on top of that mountain. Now that's going to be very useful. But we haven't got much daylight time left. So let's make ourselves a bed just in case. There he is. A little monster. I ain't getting down there with him. They're scary. I tell you what we're going to do. Instead of cooking up the iron here, we're going to make our way up to the village on the mountain as a little safe haven for the first night. Because the last thing I want to do is get trapped in the middle of the night and die on day one. Because this seed does look really nice to me, actually. What is that over there? Is that just a mountain or is it a structure? Okay, we'll come back for all the resources that we find on the way tomorrow. First things first is securing our safety. Hello, friends. I'm your new neighbour. A chest. Some bread and apples. We'll definitely take that early on. Hello, where's everybody? Oh, there's one guy up there. I just seen him. Hello, mate. I'm moving in. Is that okay? I'm terribly sorry to do this, friend, but I need your bed. Thank you. What a beautiful day it is for day 2. Lovely weather, I must say. Hello, friend. How are you? But this village is going to be very, very useful for us. Because we can convert everybody to librarians and Fletchers and get everything we need and milk all the resources and then leave them. Unfortunately, it is a cruel world, this Minecraft world. But we'll definitely collect all this iron that we can see. Hopefully get ourselves with a full set of iron armour soon. Full iron tools. And then eventually, or sooner rather than later, We need to get full iron. No, full diamond. That's the ultimate goal. I don't want to be lingering in full iron for much longer. But we'll definitely take these hay bales with us. Thank you. Lovely stuff. We've even got some pumpkins. Pumpkins! Some more iron. Lovely. Oh, here we go. Our first challenge of the series. But that was quite easy, wasn't it? Touch wood. I don't want to jinx myself. Ooh. I've got to be careful. But this area is looking really nice, I've got to say. Let's go back down into the village and see if they... Oh, hello, cat. See if they've got anything nice for me. Any spare tools, iron, diamonds even potentially. If not, then their company will do. I think we have explored each house. I don't think there's any houses with any chests in, apart from that one we found. I'm not going to moan though. Let's get this iron cooking up in the background, and while we do that, we can pillage this village even more, take all their crops, everything useful. And from that so far, we've managed to get ourselves potatoes, which is good for farming, obviously, and carrots, and a few seeds, which we can get easily, but the potatoes I like to have as an aesthetic farm looking thing. Let's slaughter some more pigs while we're here. I mean, I shouldn't say slaughter, I should say something a bit more, you know, peaceful. Let's give these pigs a nice sleep for eternity. The next difficult thing we've got to decide is where we're going to build, where we're going to call home. Okay, hopefully our iron should be cooked up by now. If not, I'm going to have to take it out on some of the villagers. I'm joking, iron golem, don't take that seriously. Okay, we haven't got much iron, so let's use it wisely. I'm going to create one axe and one pickaxe. And then a chest plate, which leaves us with 6 spare, so we can make a helmet as well. We've got a lot of wheat from those hay bales, which is very useful. It's a good source of early food. We've got a stack and 64 to be exact. These tools, we can just get rid of them. I don't need them. The villagers, you can use them. Hello, buddy. You can have my old pickaxe and my axe for free. I don't even want anything for it. And let's make the helmet. And that should give us a little bit more security. Not that we need it, because we're, you know, pro Minecraft players on this channel. Each and every one of us. But let's scout out and see around the area where we want to build. Where we want to call home. And settle down and live a nice peaceful life. Half the world's not loading in, but ideally we want it to be close to the village, because we want to transport some of them good villagers down with us. There's a lot of good land. That's the problem we got here. There's not a problem, but there's a lot of it. Maybe we'll stick to facing this side, make our way down along the riverbed there. It's the good thing about having Terralith and Tectonic on. You find a lot of ores on the side of the mountain. I haven't got time to get all this coal, but we'll take some with us and make our way down here. A horse. We haven't got a saddle for you, but if you're still here in a few weeks, I might come back and get you. Like if we build down here in this area, I think that looks quite nice. Nice and cute. There's more iron here. Make sure we get all this goodness. Oh! See, this is what we need to be careful. That was not careful at all. Let's make our way down, go to bed, and forget that ever happened. No, don't forget it happened. We need to use that as an example. Okay, the first thing I want to do, I'm going to start placing some spruce saplings around, because there's not a lot of wood around here. I don't want to have to keep travelling like 200 blocks just to get some wood. I'm thinking if we build up along the edge of this river here, and call this area our home, I think that will look quite nice. We've got this large mountain behind us. Obviously our friendly villagers up there. But I think this is a good place to start calling home. I'm going to have to quickly travel across this lake here and get some more wood so we can start building. Right, I've come to the executive decision, as I am officially the owner of this Minecraft world and this Minecraft channel. We're not going to build anything yet. We're going to go down into a mine and start getting ourselves some diamonds first to speed up this whole process, because I need to change the shape of this land, and I'm not doing it with iron shovels because that's going to take way too long. I think we've got enough resources to take down with us. If I find anything interesting, I'll update you guys. If I find like a nice big cave, or of course if I find diamonds, I'll update you. I think we have now got enough iron to do a full set of armour. Let's quickly cook this up before we go anywhere. So if we bump into a big scary cave, I want to be prepared. Okay, leggings and boots. We are now fully prepared. We've even got some spare iron so we can make... You know what, let's just make 2 pickaxes because we're going to need it probably. And let's continue our journey. That noise is scary. Why did they put sounds like this in Minecraft? I just heard a skeleton. So that may mean that there's a big scary cave around. But we will soon find out. And my suspicions were correct. I see Mr. Skeleton as well. He spotted me. Come here, buddy. We can talk this out. Ow! That's not fair. He can hit me, but I can't hit him. Come on. You're not going to play fair. I'll cheat as well. Peekaboo. Come back up. Oh, I think I knocked him all the way down. This cave does look big and scary, though. We may get lots of diamonds, though, so it might be okay. Suppose I'm going to have to go down there and kill him. Huh, have that. Right, that's him dealt with. I've got to remember to leave indications of where I came from, because I will get lost. And what I'm going to do that, they're going to place acacia planks, because they're very distinguishable. Is that a word? I don't know, but it sounds cool, and it sounds fitting. If I do this, place some torches above it, make it very clear that this is the area that we came from. Now I've got to be very careful, because I see a creeper, and creepers are scary. For a start, anything with the word creep in it is automatically creepy or scary. I'm already getting nervous. There's no room for being nervous, I'm afraid. Just gotta go for it. Being nervous doesn't get us diamonds. Ow. There you... Where did you come from? Ow. Just drops from the sky. That's not fair. I can't fly. What I was saying is being nervous isn't going to get us any diamonds. Even if we don't find diamonds in this cave, it's like a massive shortcut. It saves us a lot of mining. That's a diamond. I would have never spotted that if I didn't jump. Okay, chase the diamonds. Follow the diamonds. My life is brilliant. Come on. Block out the water. It's only going to be 1, I bet, but 1 is better than none. It's 2, at least. We've got 2 diamonds. We're getting achievements in life. There's probably more I've achieved in real life, actually. I can hear a zombie. It looks like this cave it expands quite a lot. I probably should have marked down my coordinates of where I was going to be building. I see this creeper. You ain't fooling me, mate. Any spare diamonds around? No? If any of you guys have got any spare diamonds, I'll happily take them off your hands. It doesn't look like it. I see you, friend. And bye with you. Right, he's gone. We're looking for diamonds. I found more diamonds. Woo! And this time, it was just 1. Okay, I think I'm officially lost. But it's okay. Because worst comes to worst, I will just mine straight up. Let's try and figure out where we came from. Up here. And that was where we found the diamonds. It was here. Yes. Okay. Oh no. Witches. I don't like them. They scare me. Okay, the plan of action now is I'm going to turn this area into our base of operations. This piece of acacia is going to be signifying where we came from. But I'm going to start mining down to diamond level, and we're just going to do a nice bit of strip mining. Can't go wrong with that. You might be wondering, why am I not making a diamond pickaxe? I'm going to make the most of these iron pickaxes I've made before we break into the diamonds. Hallelujah, finally. It's taken ages to find me any more diamonds. It's not going to be much though, is it? No. I have a feeling we're going to have bad luck with diamonds in this series. Okay, I can't moan. We're now on 5 diamonds. Let's get straight back to it. Oh dear. So now we're down to our last iron pickaxe. And we're still only on 5 diamonds. Come on. There's got to be some diamonds lurking around here. Please. Maybe if I go like this and I just mine here. No. No, we gotta keep going. We don't give up. Ladies and gentlemen, I have found some more diamonds. And it looks like it's a bigger chunk this time. We've got at least 5. Come on. Oh my god. Surely not. That is a lot of diamonds. Our hard work is finally paying off. And we've reached level 10 as well. There's even more. Okay, every time I see gravel, I'm just going to dig out the whole area. Because imagine if I just carried on strip mining and ignored the gravel. How many have we got? 16 diamonds. Come on. I feel a bit more inspired now. I feel like I've got to clear the rest of this gravel now, just in case. Also, I don't know if you can see, but I have this sort of bug that sometimes when I mine, it looks like lava appears for a split second. It's not going to do it now, is it? Right, it sounds like I'm just making it up now, but I promise I'm not. There you go. I don't know, it looks like either dirt or lava or something. It's a bit strange. But straight back to the strip mining. I need to get at least a full set of diamond armour, enough for diamond tools, and I want to make an enchantment table as well, because I need enchants as soon as possible. I'm just going to crack on, guys. I'm going to get mining and mining and mining. If I find anything cool along the way, like a cave or a mine shaft or something, then I'll update you. But if not, I'm just going to update you when we've got plenty of diamonds, because I'm sure a lot of you, some of you might enjoy me just strip mining, but a lot of you don't want me just to be talking absolute nonsense strip mining for an hour. But I'll see you guys when we've made some serious progress. Okay, so this is quite interesting, well, I think anyway. I found a huge lava cave. That's the best way I could describe it. I can see one singular diamond over there. I don't know whether it's worth it to go out and just get that one diamond. I can see, is that another one down there? Okay, I'm not going to bother doing that. It's going to take too long. I'm going to start strip mining in a different direction now. While this is quite cool, it is not worth it just to go all the way over there and all the way down there just for those diamonds. Right, we found a cave. Thank God, because I was getting extremely bored of strip mining. At least there's something to explore. Well, there's one diamond. It doesn't look like there's a big cave. I've probably jinxed myself, haven't I? Surely this cave opens up. Okay, I think we found a trial chamber. I think that's what this is. That's probably going to kill me if I go in there. So, let me have a look. It's definitely going to kill me. Oh my god. That water scared me. Oh my god, I'm not equipped to go in there. If the water scared me... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to leave you guys in peace. There might be cool things in there though. I've never actually been in one. I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to risk it. What's down here? This is where we came from. Okay. Right, let's get some iron. Because while we're down here, we can get some obsidian. I haven't got any coal, so I'm going to have to use some logs. Yeah, we need to get a bucket to get obsidian so we can make an enchantment table. And now we can get this water here. We may not even need it, but you never know. And start collecting some obsidian. That's another achievement down. The ice bucket challenge. Those were the good old days. Okay, we've now got 5 obsidian, so we've got enough for an enchantment table now. But I don't know whether to continue strip mining or just be brave and go and have a look around this cave. That's what I'm going to do. Because if you find a big cave, then you're likely going to find quite a lot of diamonds. Usually. Oh, we found a mine shaft. That's exciting. Let's get rid of these mean guys first. Then we can have a look at the mine shaft. Okay. Now this is a big cave. Got to try and not get lost. We'll stick to the wood. Okay. What do I explore first? I think the mine shaft. It's got to be the right answer, surely. I always get lost in these. Always. We've already found some more diamonds, which is good. I think, anyway. Yes, it is. It was just one again. I jinxed my luck. I completely jinxed it. Small zombies. If we call down here, creeper and some diamonds. Right, let's deal with these guys and we can get the diamonds. Okay, that's one way to deal with a creeper. But, wow, this mine shaft's big. That's a spawner. Oh no. Are these poisonous ones? I don't like the poisonous ones. They are. Okay. What we need to do is light that area up, block it off. They scare me. This mine shaft is absolutely huge. That being said, I don't want to get lost. But I want to explore everything. More diamonds, but still no sign of a minecart. I could do with a saddle, because I promised that horse that I would take him in. There's more diamonds there, but there is a spawner. Okay. What spawner is it? It's a cave spider one, isn't it? Where's my bucket of water? Oh, I wasted it, didn't I? Oh, damn it. Oh, diamonds. It's easy to get distracted. Diamonds can take your mind off things. Right. I could do with a bucket of water to get rid of the cobwebs. I wonder if lava would do it. Aha. I think it did. Let's do this. Destroy this spawner. Be gone with you. Okay. Oh, I cannot be bothered to wait for all that. I'm just going to place more lava above it. Okay, I may or may not be mistaken, but after these diamonds, we should have more than enough for what we set out for. We've now got 35. That's definitely a lot of diamonds for sure. That's enough for a full set of armor, because that's 24. We've got 2 for an enchantment table. That's 26. And then we've got some for the tools. But there's more diamonds. We're going to continue exploring until we get lost, because any extra diamonds is good diamonds. Okay, let's drop down here. More diamonds, lovely. Thank God I found this mine shaft, because I could not stick being in that strip mine any longer. Okay, quickly, just to keep ourselves somewhat protected, we're going to make full diamond armor. Chest plate, leggings, boots, and a helmet. Let's pop all of this on, and we can say goodbye to this iron armor. Ugh, disgusting. Don't want you. Okay, we've done somewhat of a loop here, but we still have found another diamond. God, that's going to be like my most said word in this video. That's a dead end. What was that? These things, I always get confused for diamonds. And we said it again, but they're so annoying. I'll tell you what will be actually quite useful, and this might be a big brain play here, is taking these rails so that we can transport villagers from the top of the mountain down to our base with complete and utter safety. Ow, we're stuck. I think we're gonna make our way back to the surface now. We'll try to anyway, because we've got a lot of diamonds. We've got 19 diamonds, which is more than enough. And I don't want to take any more chances. Plus, we're on day 6 and we spent over half of that underground. Yeah, right. Let's make our way back up to the surface, and I'll meet you guys back up there. Finally, we've reached the surface, and I wonder how far away we are from where we wanted to build. I remember seeing this. Is that the village up there? Yes, it is. So I think, if my calculations are correct, we're down here somewhere. So not actually that far away from our... We can't call it a base because there's nothing here, but our camp we'll call it. But I did find a few more diamonds on the way up. I got 22. I collected a few pieces of iron, 24 pieces of iron. So we have now got a good amount of supplies to get started with the fun side of it. But actually, we've been mining, we can actually craft now. I believe our chest should be over here somewhere. Yeah, we found it. We've returned. We're home. Let's store all of our goodies away. We can get ready to sleep. I think tomorrow what my goal is, I need to transport some villagers down here. I don't think we've got anywhere near enough rails. Should have collected some more really, but at least it's a bonus. Do you take damage in railcar? Is that a wandering trader? So I need to focus on one thing. This is my problem. Okay, I'm going to go to sleep. Okay. I've woken up and I've got a fresh mind now. Being down in that cave for too long, it messed me up. What have you got? Anything nice? No. Okay, so you don't take damage in minecarts. What I can do is maybe build out 64 blocks, drop them off, they will land down here, and then destroy all the blocks so it doesn't look ugly. But we need to make some minecarts first. But let's go up to the village and set up camp up there temporarily. So yeah, the plan is, obviously, I'm going to minecart them off the side of this cliff, plummet to their death, but they won't die because of physics in Minecraft. And then I want to breed some villagers so we can get Fletchers and librarians so we can get some great enchants and speed up the process of everything else. Okay, let's get 2 furnaces on the go. Split the coal in half, split the iron in half, get this smelted. Hello, buddy. You're gonna come live with me now. I need to take your job away from you. Okay, we should make some boats as well. Okay, now, if I'm correct, he will come out here, wherever he is. Come on in, buddy. Get into your boat. You've missed the boat. You've missed the boat. In the boat, please. In the boat. Please. Oh, don't do this to me. Go in the boat. In the boat. There we go. Right. It took you some time, but you got there in the end. Let's get you in position. You don't have to be scared, I promise. Let's make 2 of these bad boys. Lovely stuff. And if we do this, this is all going to go to plan, I promise. And that should be more than enough blocks, I feel like. We'll do a few more just for safekeeping, like so. And now the fun part, placing the rails. Right, you are the, what's the word? The test dummy. Or the guinea pig, okay? You cannot let us down. This is for the greater good, this is for the future. And if my calculations are correct, if I push him into there, come on. Let's not make this any harder than it needs to be. Just get in. Just get in. There we go. And go. Oh, I'm scared. I don't want to fall off. Now we just wait and see. Okay, I think he's run out of steam there. But I'm going to sleep the night away. Because I don't want to take any risks and lose a villager. I can already hear a zombie. Yeah, he's right on the edge. I'm going to have to give him a nice little push. This is so sketchy. I'm actually getting, like, vertigo in real life. Right, off the edge you go. And he died. Why did he die? Oh, I know why he didn't die. No, why he did die is because he didn't land on a rail. Okay. New plan. Plan B. Now, plan B is going to be you get them in the boat and we push them off. And hopefully, I'm sure they will survive in a boat. Okay, my friend, this is your time to shine. Do not let me down. You can come out now. Thank you. Let's get you over there safely. Okay, and I promise it's all going to be fine. Right, if you get out of the boat and go in the minecart. Come on. And I'll meet you over there, I promise. Oh my god, that was close. He almost pushed me off. I'm not taking any more risks. Okay, now it's your turn to go in the boat. Okay? Stay in there. Just get in the boat. There we go. And I'll be back with a friend for you. Can I push boats? No. I'll have to mine out the floor. I'll be back. This is the safer option. Maybe the slower option, but hey ho. Okay, and our third and final victim is going to be this nice, friendly farmer over here. You're going to have to come with me, buddy, and I'm very sorry. You've got no job anymore. So get in the boat. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to be close to giving up. In you go, buddy. In the boat. There we go. Okay. One step for mankind. No. One small step for man. One giant leap for mankind. Whew. They made it. They made it safe. Woo! Okay. Right, now we just got to destroy this monstrosity. And then we can join them. And what I need to do now is set them up a temporary area where they can get put to work. And if I remember correctly, they're going to need, if we use the farmer, they're going to need a composter. I don't know how many beds it is. It might be 3. Oh, I might have to go back up and get another bed. But, oh, is that sheep over there? Yeah, we can get some sheep over there. But yeah, they're going to need a composter, some land to actually farm, and a method to keep them safe. And the temporary workstation for them is going to be on this mountain, this little hill here, and flatten it out so it's nice and smooth for them. villagers, then we can start transporting them into designated places. But for now, they're not getting anything special. No. Oh, one's escaped. This is not good. I'm sorry, mate. Come back here. You're going to have to come back with me. Right, I've got them both into place now. Now I'm just going to have to set up their life, really. Now, if I put the composter down, you guys can... Oh, I think they might be able to get out with that, actually. Gonna have to barricade it up a little bit more. Don't want no more escapes from you guys. I need you. Just to make sure. Yeah, they ain't escaping from this. Unless they're Michael Schofield. Alright. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. And if I place the composter down, hopefully they both take the job. He might not because I've just abused him. Oh dear, that was a bad move from me. That's a rookie mistake. Look, I'm sorry that I've abused you. Please come back to work for me again. And this time, there will be no escaping. I'm going to sleep, you're going to stay awake as punishment for what you did. But now I think he should take the job. Maybe. Take the job, please. Are you going to take the job now? I've picked a broken villager, haven't I? Right, maybe if I start placing some seeds down. There we go. He's took the job. Okay. Now you guys can crack on and do what you need to do. Please, be my guest. Okay, I've just made myself a diamond sword because I'm going to need to get some more wool for the beds for the villagers' babies to sleep in. We're now on day 10. But to be fair, for day 10 we've made quite a bit of progress. We haven't built anything, but we've got 2 villagers which are going to breed and give us nice things and make our life a lot easier. Okay, I've built these guys an extension and put in more beds for them. I need to patch this bit up though. We'll just do this for the minute. Let's give them some carrots. Hopefully now they're happy enough and they'll start doing their business and creating babies. Okay? Are you guys going to do that for me? Please? No? Okay, right. So I've done a little bit of work. Not too much. But these villagers have had 3 babies in total. 2 of them have grown up already. And they've got their dream job of being Fletchers. I've started fletching my way to riches and got 33 emeralds already. Obviously I want to get a few stacks ready for when we have our other villagers set up as librarians to get nice enchanted books that we can whack on our tools and our armour. But what I'm thinking for my next job is going to be building a little house for the Fletchers. I'm going to have a small little village hut for them so that they can live in, thrive and trade for the rest of their lives. I'm going to build a nice little hut for them, all while getting all the emeralds for sticks, which they're fascinated with for some reason. But I'm going to build that probably around here. But once we've got all the villagers that we need, we can get rid of this ugly looking pen and build something a bit more suitable as a breeder. I do just want to clear out the rest of these crops here, just to clear up some space. And look, we've got our first or second opponent of this series. No match for us though. And he's made us reach level 20 already. Yeah, so I'm going to get cracking with building them a nice little hut here. And once I've done that, I'm going to come back to you guys and update you, see where we're at and how many emeralds we got. Hopefully these 2 villagers will start, you know, doing their business and pumping out more babies for us. But yeah, I'll come back to you when the Fletchers are all nice tucked away in their beautiful new homes. I wanted to give you guys a quick update. This is the frame that I'm going with. It's going to be spruce logs, of course. That's my signature move. And a little extension on the side here. I haven't quite worked out the logistics of where the villagers are going to be living yet. But this is the layout we're going for. But I'm going to crack on and get the rest finished. And once I've done that, I will see you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of day 16. The sun will be setting very soon, but we have finished the hut for the Fletchers to live in. I don't know what this guy thinks he's doing, and somehow he's escaped the pen. And we've even got an iron golem just chilling around here. But more to the point, we've finished this building, and I must say I'm very happy with it. As you can see, we go in, we have our 2 Fletchers, who are very happy by the way, and they gave full consent to be here working. And a chest full of sticks ready to be traded. But with that being said, we're now sitting on over a stack of emeralds, a stack and a half to be precise. I thought I had more than that, to be fair. Turns out we don't. We've got a stack and a half of emeralds, which is pretty good. And that means that we need to do a nice little place for the librarians to live, and I need to transport them out of their homes. We've currently got 4 villagers there. 1 villager just chilling on the barrel, converted to a fisherman. So 5 villagers. That should be enough. That can give us fortune, efficiency, unbreaking, mending, and protection. And that should definitely be all that we need. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to build basically an exact replica one of these, and I'm going to build it just here on this little perch, and that is going to be the house where we're going to have all of our librarians living. But to do that, I'm going to need more materials because I don't have a lot of spruce wood at all. So I'll best take some more spruce saplings with me to replant them, because we're on a very limited amount at the moment. But I'm going to go and collect a load of wood, and once I've got enough wood to get started, we can start building. Yeah, so like I said before, it's going to be near enough an exact replica, but I'm actually going to switch the roof from the border. I'm going to turn that into spruce and then use deep slate stairs and that sort of thing as the actual roof. But if I remember correctly, you mate, you just need to leave me alone for a minute. Yeah, I think it was 7 and then 5, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna... Why are you hounding me? Leave me alone, please. Yeah, so we're gonna do 7 blocks. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's right. And then 5, and that was 1 back. Right. And that's pretty much the layout, and it was 5 deep. No, the main part was 7 in length. So yeah, that's pretty much the main layout of the building sorted. What I've got to do now is just crack on with filling in the walls and doing the roof. So I'm going to go and get all that done, and when that's done, we'll come back, and then we can start thinking about transporting these guys over and turning them into decent librarians. Ladies and gentlemen, it is day number 18, and I have finished the construction of the second building. As you can probably see, I've gone with a little bit of a different design for the roof. Something a bit more vertical, a bit more medieval, if you would say. But as we go in, I haven't completely finished the interior. I've blocked out the areas of where the villagers are going to be living for the rest of their lives, so we can fit 4 villagers in here, which will be more than enough, I assume. For now, we've only got 2 villagers, which I want to hope to get efficiency and unbreaking, and we can get some more in the future. But those are the 2 that we really need for cracking on with big projects. I'm just going to add in some final touches on the inside, like adding in windows and all that sort of thing, just to, you know, let some natural light come in. We can't have too much natural light, unfortunately. It took a little bit longer than expected because I messed up the design of the roof a couple of times, but I am improving on my roof designing. And for the flooring, I'm probably just going to go with nice spruce flooring again, nice and simple. And my shovel's broken, so I'm going to need to make a shovel ASAP, really. Have we got any iron down in this chest? Yeah, we've got 1 iron left. The perfect amount for an iron shovel. Because I want to refrain from making diamond tools just yet, because I want to save them for when we get the best enchantment books we can possibly get. Just let me clear out this area here, fill it up with spruce, then once we've done that, we can start transporting the villagers to their new home. Nice, so the flooring is in place. What we do need to craft is 4 lecterns, and I think to do that we're going to need a book. I'm not sure if it's going to come up. It's not going to come up with a recipe there, but we have got some leather, and I'm pretty sure I did pick up some sugarcane, which we can pop down there, get it grown. 3 sugarcane. It's not a lot, but it's better than no sugarcane. Let's put this down to the water. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to grow. But in the meantime, we can sleep the night away and start transporting our villagers to where they need to go. We've trapped villager number 1. He's ready to be transported and taken over to his new house, and trust me, he's very excited. He hasn't been stopped going on about it all day. He's very excited to be a slave for the rest of his life. Unfortunately, it's not a fun process of transporting these villagers. It's actually quite boring. And he's taken up a fisherman role. I'm going to have to get rid of them barrels, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. I'll tell you what we can do, actually, while we're here. we can get this guy in a boat and take away the barrels and then transport him over as a plain, boring, normal villager. Do you want to go in that boat? No? We've got him. Now he can take him over as well and get him ready to be placed in his new job for life. Okay, so we've run into a little bit of a problem. Not a massive problem, but we need bookshelves to make lecterns. So we're going to need a lot more sugarcane because I've just used the last, well, the only 3 that we had. But I can see some over there and some there and some over there. So I'm going to get myself as much sugarcane as possible so we can make books to get bookshelves so that these guys can start working. But I need to protect these guys and cover them up just in case any zombies try any funny business. Alright, that should be them covered. Let me patch up this entranceway so no zombies can get in. But let me go and get this sugarcane as much as possible. We can come back and crack on. Okay, I think we have enough sugarcane now, if I've calculated it right, because 3 pieces of sugarcane gives us 3 I don't know. We'll work it out at the crafting table. My brain's not working. Okay, I've crafted another 15 pieces of paper, and I think that should be enough for 2 bookshelves, if I'm not mistaken. We'll soon find out. Yes, so we got 2 bookshelves. That means we can now make 2 lecterns, I believe. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in business. Let's pop this just here. I don't know why they're still fishermen, but we're going to have to make do with that. Okay, if we just segregate these 2 so they, you know, don't get in each other's ways. And hopefully, will you take the librarian job shortly, please? There's no reason that you should be a fisherman anymore. But I need you to get in place, please. I don't want to have to hurt you. So please just do us both a solid and do what I need you to do. Come on. Nice. Okay. Getting somewhere. Get in. No. I had to punch you, but it was your own fault. That's villager number 1 in place. We've done it. We've done it, boys and girls. They are both in place. For some reason, he's not taking the job, though. I'm not sure why that might be. Maybe if I just break it and then place it again, he might take the job. I'm not sure. What's he got for me? Feather falling. That's not great. But the next bit, and the most annoying and tedious part, is getting the enchantments that we want. So I'm going to crack on. Hopefully it doesn't take long. But I need to figure out why he's still a fisherman. I think it might be because he's linking to a job up in the original village. So I'm not sure because it seems out of range, but just to be safe, I'm going to have to pop up there and just make sure all the other jobs that he can take are incinerated, because he's facing the wall. Either he's just angry with me, or maybe it's because he's not got enough food, or I've hit him or something. Sounds bad. But we'll sleep the night away. We try again in the morning, and if not, I'll have to go back up to the original village and start destroying everybody's jobs. New plan. Unfortunately, I had to humanely put the other villager to sleep because he wasn't happy with his job. That's all I'm going to say. But we've got a new villager which I'm going to transport into his place, and hopefully that should do the trick. If not, I'm not sure what will. Ladies and gents, we have done it. We've got both of the villagers in their designated workspaces. I need to get some more books and some more emeralds so I can be ready to lock in the trades when a decent trade comes in. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to crack on, get all that ready, and once I've got some decent enchantments available, I'll come back to you. It may take me 2-3 days to do this, to be honest, but hopefully it's quite quick. I've already made a mistake. I wanted to get some books ready so I can trade with these villagers, and I've realised that I've accidentally locked in projectile protection 4 on one of these villagers, so we've only got 1 to work with at the moment, which is okay. We can get efficiency still, but I will need to get another villager in here at some point in the near future. But anyway, let me crack on. Ladies and gentlemen, to be fair, in the grand scheme of things, it's not taking me that long to get what I'm happy with. So obviously we made a mistake with the first guy here. We don't even need to worry about, in fact, have that. This guy, we got mending for 16 emeralds, which is quite cheap. And in this guy, my favourite guy, we got efficiency 5. I'm very happy with these trades. So now, what we can do right now actually is nothing, because we need iron to make an anvil. So what we can do... What on earth are you doing in my house? Oh, that's what he's doing in my house. He's killed one of my mates. Wow, I need to shut the doors. I'm sorry, mate. You can live there, though. You can stay there. That's okay. We've got one of you, which is okay. But yeah, what we can do now is we can go mining and get as much iron as humanly possible so we can make an anvil as soon as possible. I'm not going to bore you with all that, though. I'm going to get all the iron that I need, and then we'll carry on from there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so some great news. We have arisen from the caves with all of the iron we need, and I have indeed made an anvil with a fresh diamond pickaxe ready to enchant to our full extent. So that's going to be 5 levels, putting the efficiency 5 on first, and that's 2. So maybe we do efficiency 5 first, and then the mending is going to cost 3. That's not bad at all, actually. And we can test this bad boy out. Let's see what the mining speed is on this. Oh, that is 10 times better. Now that means we're ready to tidy up this area and get things looking nice and cozy. I need to transport these villagers out of here because this looks awful. It looks ugly. But what I really need to do is I need to get some stone to smelt up so we can get some stone brick. I feel like this area is lacking a bit of stone brick. Luckily, we've got this massive cave area here which we can just tuck into and get all the materials that we need. The good news is we've got 39 spare iron as well left over for lanterns, which we can craft up in a minute, because I just think they look a lot better than using torches scattered around. Okay, a little update for you guys. I have got rid of this farm here, and the villagers have been transported. Well, one of them made it out alive. Unfortunately, the other one had to be put to sleep. But we've got one ready here to lock in whatever trade we need to do. But next on the to-do list for me is I want to build some sort of aesthetic farm here as a gap filler. So I need to knock out all of this stone here and replace it with dirt in a natural sort of shape like it is now. Just something like this, and we can even add some of these slabs back in just to make it look a bit more fluid and not just completely blocky with dirt. Obviously we're going to need to get some, well, 2 water buckets. I think I have 2 already. Perfect. We can make an infinite water source without having to travel up and down all the time. We've got a iron hoe as well. I'm not sure one will be enough, so we'll just make a spare one just in case. And we should have plenty of seeds. Yeah, we've got over a stack here, which is good news. Let's dig out the infinite water source, which is just here. It's not too far away. And then just start placing random blocks, or digging out random blocks so we can put water sources in. It's not going to be a massive farm, just for a little for aesthetic, for the eye. But yeah, so I'm going to add in all of these source of water, and once that's done, I'll come back to you with an update and we can start hoeing the ground. Right, so now that's done, we can start hoeing the ground and getting it ready for all of the wheat seeds to be placed. I'm sure there's enough water sources for it to reach all areas. Perfect. It looks like to me that it is in fact going to reach all areas. And obviously now we've just got to fill it up with seeds to get the wheat growing lovely. We're probably not going to have enough seeds, but luckily there's loads of grass around, so we can go and get more seeds quite easily. We might even have some more stored in the chest down there. But I'm going to get all the seeds we need, get it all filled in, and once that's done, I'll come back to you. Okay, so we have now got pretty much all of the seeds planted, bar a few here, which I've run out of. But for now, this is looking nice. This is all going to grow in the background, do its thing, look beautiful. But we need to decide what we're going to build next and where we're going to build it. I would like to have some sort of building down here, and I want a pathway coming up all the way through. Or I'm thinking maybe we could build a nice sized building here, and that will leave us with all this area down here to turn into something else. I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking I'm going to build a building here on this level here. So I need to clear this out here, sort of flatten it, make it more suitable to build on. And for that, we're going to need a diamond shovel. I may as well make an efficiency 5 diamond shovel as well and put our villagers to good use. It turns out I don't have enough emeralds to do that right now, because it's 55 emeralds for an efficiency 5 book, and unfortunately one of my Fletchers, as you well know, has now turned into a zombie. So we're going to have to make do with just a regular diamond shovel for a moment, but it's not a big project, so it won't take too long. I'm going to clear out this area, get it looking fresh and ready to go, and once I've done that, I'll come back and see what we're going to develop and what ideas we have. Okay, I've cleared out the area up here, and you never guess what I want to build. I want to build another watchtower. Every episode that I've done on 100 days or something to do with Minecraft, I've built a watchtower. I just think they look really nice when they're done. I like the roofs. But that being said, I'm going to need a lot of stone and to smelt it all up to get stone bricks. I'm going to hop down into our little mine over here, the little cave area, get as much different type of stone that I can get. I've got the foundation of the watchtower laid out. I have inspired this from a YouTuber called It's Marlow, so make sure to check out his channel. He's got loads of designs on his page there. But anyway, yeah, this is the design that I'm going for. I'm basically taking his inspiration and I'm going to add my own twist to it in my own little way. But with that being said, I'm going to get the rest of this finished. I'm going to even treat you to a nice little time lapse of me building this tower, because we haven't had one this episode yet. But I'm going to get this finished, and once that's... Well, what is that? There's a very majestic looking horse up there. Anyway, back to the task. I'm going to get this finished. Once we've done that, we can have a little look, see if we like it, and then hopefully, if it's all good, we can move on to another little project. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the tower on the exterior is now finished. There's a couple things that we still need to do. Like, first of all, I need to get rid of all this dirt in here, and I need to finish decorating the inside. For these gaps, I'm going to be using iron bars just to give it a more like a medieval look. Literally just place them like this. No, not like that. That looks absolutely awful. But for now, for some reason, it's only doing it like that. I think I might be doing something wrong, but you get the gist. That's what I'm going to patch this up at some point. But for now, we need to build the staircase going up to the top. We haven't got much space to work with at all inside, so I'm going to be using deep slate slabs as like sort of a spiral staircase going up to the top. And look at that, we had the perfect amount needed. Well, we had more on the other slot. I didn't see that, to be fair. But anyways, that's the staircase going up sorted. What I'm just going to do now is bang a couple of lanterns around the area, just like so. And if we take a look at that, that looks really nice. I'm happy with that. That's a nice little addition to this area. I'm just going to decorate the entrance way here. We should have some barrels and trapdoors stored away somewhere. We just bang a barrel there and another one here. Place a trapdoor, just like that, and then pop a lantern on each barrel. That gives it a nice touch. And then we can even place a lantern on this side, one on the back of it, and then just one on this side as well. And I think I'm happy to say that the watchtower is now done. I think what I want to do next is I want to start decorating the area a little bit, but I also need somewhere where I can live and get my head down for the night, because we've got the villagers' houses, we've got a watchtower, but nowhere for me to sleep. But we can now in fact get efficiency 5 on our shovel. I traded with the Fletcher enough emeralds, I've got exactly 55 to get efficiency 5. And if we just smash this on the shovel, and that's going to make terraforming the area a lot easier. But all I'm really going to do is just alter the shape of this bit here while following the edge. So we've got a little bit more space to work on. and our house area is going to go there. And for the decorating of the area, I just want to add in a couple different types of plants. I want to add in potatoes and carrots somewhere along here, just to make the area look nice and a little bit brighter. Gonna test out this efficiency 5 shovel. Wow, it's almost too fast. So this little platform here is where the potatoes are going to be going. I need to get this all hoed and filled with water, and I'm thinking I can make another little platform over here to add in some carrots, and then our house can just go somewhere along here, and then we need to link up each building with a nice little pathway. Right, you may notice I've made some quite significant changes to the area. I've terraformed slightly. It's not really terraforming, I've just removed a lot of the dirt here and transformed this area here into like a 3-tier farm area. And I've decided that my little cozy humble abode can be placed along here near the water. Now, the rough draft that I'm thinking of in my head is I want like a nice cozy little hut or shack here for myself to sleep in, and underneath, going into the cliffside, I want an entrance to a mine. My house is not going to be too massive and too extravagant because it's somewhere just to keep my head down at night, but I haven't got any idea for a design whatsoever. I think I'm probably going to be using a little bit of spruce and maybe some stone brick, but I need to get some more materials ready. Once I've got all the materials ready, we can crack on and we'll start talking about what design we're going to do. Now, I think for the width, I might go 9 blocks wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's a bit too wide. I'm going to go with 7. And then on the 7th block, I'm going to go forward 5 blocks. So 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. And then 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. And that means this will be here. And then just going to go up 4 for each one. Now, in terms of the depth of the building, I'm only going to be going back another 5 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to link up all the frames here and get rid of all this dirt here. And then once that's done, I'll give you a little update. So the plan is, I've got all of that building, by the way. The plan is the entranceway is going to be like a staircase going up to this level here. And I want the mine area to sort of go underground in this area here, and the phantoms are out, so we're gonna have to go sleep for the night because I can't be dealing with them. They're the most annoying creatures in the world. Yeah, this is the rough draft of what's actually going to be happening here. It's going to be a staircase here going up, leading into the building like so, but I'm going to need a lot more. I need a lot more stone brick and I need a lot more oak logs, so I'm going to have to go and get that sorted. Once that's done, we can start actually filling in the blanks and decorating the place. And yeah, so I'm planning for the mine area either to be going into this hill here. It will have to be on this side here because we're going to have a pathway going up linking all these buildings. But yeah, the mine area is going to be going down into the side of this cliff here or something. Okay, I've changed my mind again. I'm going to be going with stone brick as the bottom layer for each window sort of, or the wall, and then we're going to be using spruce as the upper layer. So they're nice and simple, but it looks very nice as well. So I'm going to go ahead, crack on, get all this filled in, and once I've done that, we can decide what we're going to do next. I need to come up with like a nice idea for this staircase as well. I'm sure something will come to mind. I've filled in all the walls and all the blanks, but I've decided to bring the spruce logs, sorry, my words aren't coming out today. I've decided to bring that in one more so it's nice and tighter, and I think that will look better for the overall staircase once it's done. But we do need to build an actual doorway for the house, and I'm thinking we just do something like this and we can put fence posts here as the windows. And for the staircase, I'm not sure what material I'd like to use. Maybe if I just used, I think we are going to go with deep slate stairs, because that would then match the roof of the actual building as well, because you know we like using deep slate on the roofs. And I think I'm just going to pop a couple of stone brick walls on here, and then 2 fence posts going up like that, and then we can link this up somehow after we've done the roof. And for the roof, I'm probably going to go with a similar sort of design as this one here, or no, I'm going to go with the design like that. So I'm going to crack on and get the rest of the roof finished. Once that's all done, we can start working on the inside, and then we can move on to the mine afterwards. Just a quick interruption, people. I've found, well, I haven't found him, he's found me, a wandering trader, and he's got dark oak saplings. So that means I need to get 20 emeralds so I can get 4 saplings to make some more, to make a dark oak tree. I'm hoping that this guy is going to give me 20 emeralds. That's 10 trades. He's given me 16. Oh dearie me. We could have done with a few more there. If only this guy was still alive. Can I trade with you while you're dead? No. Fair enough. I don't blame you. But for the meantime, we can get 3 of them bad boys. And I don't think they grow singularly, but we'll try it anyways. But the more important thing, we have finished the roof, and it's looking quite nice. I do like the look of this. And I've just linked up this area here as sort of like a supporting beam, but I'm not sure if I like the look of it like that. Maybe if we fill it in with spruce, it might look a little bit better. It's only one way to find out. Hopefully we've got enough slabs. 10, that should be more than enough. Just like that. Yeah, you know what? I think that does look alright, to be fair. That looks alright. I'm going to keep it like that. But we need to get some fence posts going in for the windows here. And then, of course, fill in the gaps of where the roof is. For filling in the gaps, we're just going to use stone brick. Just keeping up the trend that we've done on the other buildings. But if we can get dark oak, I'll be quite happy, because I like using that. That's that filled in. Have we got any fence posts on us? We don't, but we can make some, so it's not an issue. Okay, we've got 24 fence posts. That's definitely enough for just adding in the windows to this. Like that. That's nice. And then we can add a little fence area. Maybe if we use the stone brick wall, then it will join on and look all nice and neat, just like this. Lovely. And we can do the same on this side. We need one more though. That's annoying. Do we have any more stone brick laying around? Literally just 2 pieces will do. I don't think we're going to have any more laying around. It's okay. I've salvaged 1 wall that I found in a chest. Just add the finishing touch. Bang. That's this area sorted. Obviously, we've got decorating to do on the inside and the exterior. Let's have a quick look at it. And it's looking quite nice. Just need to add in some trapdoors and that sort of thing. Get it looking all lovely. On that side. And then like this. I don't know what we can do for this bit under here. Maybe if we just box it off. Put a torch in there so no mobs spawn. But we'll box this off. And then trapdoor that up. You can even add trapdoors here, like this. Bang. Bang. Lovely. Lovely stuff. That's looking nice. I must say that is looking nice. I wonder if this guy has refreshed his trade yet. He has. Lovely. We need more sticks. Brilliant. Now we've got enough to get the final sapling for the dark oak. Come here, buddy. Thank you very much. Good doing business with you. But I'm going to place these bad boys down to do their thing, but I do need to get some more stone and cobblestone to smelt up to turn into stone and stone bricks. So I'm going to get some more, as much as I can, in the next couple minutes, because I just want to get like some buttons to add in for decoration, and it's good to have a lot of stone on standby. Okay, something's weird's going on. I've been looking for skeletons and I've had 2 invisible spiders, just the red on their face. I don't like it. Minecraft, fix it, please. Well, that was probably a waste of time anyway. I've killed about 5 skeletons and I've got 1 bone. It always happens to me. When I want bones, there's either no skeletons or they just don't drop them. The whole body is made of bones. Surely you can drop me more than 1. But there's another one here. You can give me some. Now I'm getting tag teamed. Creeper, leave me alone. Goodbye with you. What did you give me? 2 bones, okay. Minecraft just loves to jinx me. I just want to get these potatoes growing as fast as possible. This wandering trader keeps stamping on all of my crops. So he's going to have to go. There's a baby zombie here as well. Welcome to the party. It didn't have to be this way, mate. You're vandalising my land. Okay, we've got some stone smelted up. And now we can make a couple of buttons to decorate around here. Just place one here, one there, one there, and then the same here. That gives it a nice little touch, I think. It looks quite nice. And then just finish, we need to finish putting in the windows. That's pretty much, yeah, that's all of them done. And then a ceiling as well. And obviously a floor to go with it. I think I'm going to use deep slate for the floor. And for the ceiling, I don't actually quite know. We could just go with deep slate again, like this. I think it looks quite nice, to be fair. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. And considering I'm the one that's going to be living here, I'm quite happy. Lovely. So we go in to the entrance. We're up here. We have got a homely little abode. We come in. We can have a nice little bed tucked away. A nice sofa as well. Oh, I'm visioning everything. We need to get some decorative bits to finish this off. And then we can happily say we've got a nice little home to live in. We finally got a front door on our house, people. We're moving up in the world. And we can put in some trapdoors like that. We've got our little crafting area. Lovely. And for our bed space, we can plonk our bed here. Have a little table on either side, like this. Just added in some fence posts with trapdoors, as per usual, to make it even more homely. We'll add in some stairs to separate the bedroom. Oh, look at that. It's looking absolutely cozy in here. I'm loving it. And then a trapdoor with a trapdoor. And we can even have a cozy little lantern hanging by our bed. Oh, look at that. This is looking lovely, I must say. We can even make ourselves a little desk space. That's not right. As I was saying, we can make ourselves a desk space. Why can't I place trapdoors today? My axe is broken as well, so I need to make another one of that. Perfect. A nice little desk space. It's nice and cozy in here. Put a couple of lanterns in just to light the place up. Wow. Our house. This would be expensive on the housing market, let me tell you that. What more can you want of a house? You've got a desk, somewhere to sleep. That's all you really need. That's all I've got in real life. I've got a desk with a computer and somewhere to sleep. This guy, I swear, he's still doing it. Destroying my farm. Goodbye. But the good news is, our dark oak tree has now grown. How many saplings did we get? 6. No. We got even more. We got 10, so we can continue the cycle on. Now what I need to do is figure out what I'm going to be doing with this mine area, where I'm going to be placing it. So I need a pathway linking this up to down here, and then a pathway linking all this up as well. It's not easy being an absolutely creative genius in Minecraft. It really isn't. I think here is a good place to put the underground mine. I think this is what we're going to be doing here. So I need to dig out sort of a nice flat surface for the mine to go into. Oh, and it looks like there's a cave here as well. That makes our job slightly easier. Less mining for us to do. But yeah, as I was saying, I need to dig out a flat surface that the actual mine entrance can go into. So yeah, this is the area here where the mine will be going into. What I'm thinking is we have like a 3-wide area to actually go into the mine. I need to make more storage areas. I've not got... my inventory's always full. And we're going to be making use of this dark oak that we've got. Making a nice sort of curved entryway. Maybe we should make this a little bit taller. Literally just like this. A nice entrance way to go into. And then have our mining area down there. So obviously we need to do a lot of digging to get the mining area set up. Right, so briefly and quickly, this is the setup that I'm going to be going with for the actual mine area. There's nothing extravagant. Obviously, we've got to do the flooring and all that sort of thing as well. But it's just going to be a long staircase, obviously going down to whatever level we need. We can have one area branching off to coal level, one area branching off to iron level, and then diamond level, so on. But we've got a couple of chests here that we can store our bits in, just all different types of stone after we've gone mining. For the actual flooring itself, I think it will look quite nice if we do like a mixture of all different textures of stone. So we can add cobble, we'll just randomly block out and delete different blocks. We can use gravel, a bit of andesite, or cobble, gravel. Just make sure there's no pattern to it, just randomly placed. I think that gives it a nice touch, just like that. And then for the exterior, do our trademark signature move and add in some fences and stone brick walls. Bang, a nice little lantern like so. Then some more fences either side. You get the gist, but I think it looks quite nice. These guys have just come out of nowhere. Hello, welcome to the party. But yeah, I've decided I'm going to replace the wooden fences with stone brick walls going up like this. And I think that looks like a mine. Would you agree? I'm not sure, but I like that. Now we've got a mining area, we've got a house, we've got some farms going on, the villager trader set up, and the watchtower. I'm going to deal with this guy. Drop me some bones. He didn't even drop any bones. Great. But I suppose what we've got to do now is start linking up a path area going around. The good news is there's quite a bit of stone already set up for me. You know, I like using my stone pathways. It's all about just trimming it into looking like a nice looking path. So we can start by just digging out the area and linking it up to where some of the stone goes, just like that. And where we don't want the stone to link up, we could just replace with dirt blocks. But you get the gist of that. So I'm going to treat you guys with another little time lapse of me building a lovely cozy pathway linking all the buildings up. So you enjoy that time lapse and I'll see you when that's done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the pathway. We have successfully linked every building up together. Obviously it starts off at the fletching house to the librarian, with the tower linked all the way down to our home, and then the same down into the mining area. There's a couple of things I want to do in this episode, and that'll be like smoothing out the landscape and adding in some decorative plants and crops. But with that being said, I'm liking the look of what we've got so far and what we've done. I need these potatoes to hurry up and grow so I can finish planting the rest of the area. Is that fully grown yet? Hopefully this is going to give us enough potatoes. Plant the rest. How many got? We've got 40 potatoes. Hopefully that is a promising number, to be fair. Maybe this should do the trick. On second thoughts, I don't think it's going to be enough. No, it's definitely not enough. And we need to sort out the areas where that wandering trader ruined it for me. Well, it shouldn't be too long before that's finished off and it's all ready to look nice. I'm thinking we could turn this little area here into a little carrot patch. We've got 27 carrots, so I think that should be enough to fill it out. Yeah, we'll turn this area into a little carrot patch. It adds a little bit of colour to the area as well. Well, I've hoed and I've got everything ready. I've placed all the carrots we had, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. What we could do is we could go up to the village and see if we can salvage more potatoes and carrots just to speed things up. So I'm going to go and do that and then come back down and get the rest of this planted. God, they must be traumatised if I come back up here. Yeah, there's nothing even here because I killed all the villagers and stole them. Yeah, there's a couple more carrots here. We'll definitely take that. It's just what we came for. But apart from that, it literally looks like that was all that's here. I wonder if there's anything else I could salvage while I'm up here. Anything. Please. No, there isn't. Oh well. We got an extra 28 carrots. That's probably more than enough for what we need, to be fair. And I managed to kill 2 skeletons. I've got 4 bones. But anyways, I'll meet you guys back down at the base. It's getting dangerous up here, people. There's loads of skeletons, creepers everywhere. I'm sure we can handle this. I'm sure we can. That's 1 down, 2 down. Okay, eat some bread. Eat some bread. I'm running because I'm not very good at Minecraft. I like to building stuff and mining. I'm decent at that, but when it comes to combat, I'm not good at all. Okay, all the skeletons are gone. That's all, what we got, an extra 2 bones, I think. We'll take that. But I'll see you guys back at the base. I'm escaping while I can. Right, we made it back alive. Barely. Let's plant the rest of the carrots we got here. 28 carrots. We probably won't have just enough. Ah! Oh my god. He came out of nowhere. Right, that's him dealt with. Yeah, we're probably not going to have completely enough to fill the whole space. Where are these skeletons coming from? Just leave me alone for a minute, please. I know I wish for some skeletons, but this is ridiculous. Stay away from the farm. And bye with you. Right. Hopefully now the coast is clear. But the good news is now we've got 27 bone meal, which should help us fill the rest of these carrots. Perfect. That's the rest filled in. What about the potatoes? Let's check on the potatoes, how they're getting on. Oh, we're definitely going to have enough to fill this up now. Perfect. That's all the farms fully full up now. All the potatoes are planted. All the carrots are planted. And obviously all the wheat. But with this bone meal, I want to liven up the area with some grass and things around. Just make it look a bit more natural. We'll do it all the way around. Like this. Perfect. And even down by the mine area. See, it's starting to look very homely in here now. And I'm loving it. Like McDonald's once said. Just like that. That's looking a lot better now. The only thing that I feel like is left to do for this episode is I want to put in a couple more light sources around the crop area. And there's another skeleton after me again. I should have some spare iron somewhere. Oh, maybe not. Looks like we're going to have to get more iron. Oh, I definitely had more iron, I'm sure of it. Oh well. Well, for now, we can just place some little torches around just to stop the mobs spawning. But with that being said, I feel like this is a good time to round off the episode. Exactly 1/3 the way through. I want to do this in 3 different episodes. I know it's not your normal My Perfect Start video where within 20 minutes they've got full netherite armor, they've beaten the ender dragon and they're flying around with an elytra. But this is more realistic and a more relaxed playthrough. But if you have enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave me a like and subscribe. And comment potato if you have made it this far. But thank you everybody. Peace out. I recently had the perfect start to my hardcore Minecraft forever world. In this video I'm going to be transforming an entire cliffside into a huge cozy farm. If you do enjoy watching Minecraft builds, please be sure to drop me a like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back in the forever world. And I have figured out what is next up on the agenda for me. But to tell you, I need a higher vantage point. So, you can't really see much from here. But there is a massive cliff edge here. And I want to turn this whole area into a huge, massive farm. To do that, first of all, it's going to take a lot of time. But it's also going to take a lot of seeds, a lot of carrots, a lot of potatoes, all that sort of thing. Luckily, we've got some sort of head start because we've got these bad boys growing around in the background. But I need to take up many seeds and carrots and things as I can onto this hill and set up a little base of operations so we can get things started. I've got a full inventory of pretty much all different types of farming equipment. We also need to figure out how we're going to make a valid, sustainable staircase going up and down, but that can be sorted out once we've actually got the farm going. I almost forgot, I need to take 2 buckets of water up with me so we can make ourselves an infinite water source. And it looks like by the time we get up there it's going to be night time, so we're going to have to sleep again because for some reason the phantoms come out every night now. But yeah, this is a big project which I'm excited for. I don't know why, I get great satisfaction out of building farms in Minecraft. So we are up here and you can see how big this area actually is. I want to pretty much cover as much area as possible here. I haven't figured out what sort of layout I'm going to be doing, whether I'm going to have different elevations. And there was water up here anyway, but it's good to be prepared anyway. But yeah, I need to do some thinking and come up with a couple of ideas of what we can actually do. What I'm thinking is we do tiers, and what I mean by that is, say tier 1 is going to be this level here, and it will go back maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 blocks maybe, and then we go up a tier, and then we go up another tier, and then we have sections of different crops. So tier 1, 2 and 3, section 1 will be wheat, and then we have carrots, and then potatoes, and then wheat and carrots and potatoes, so on. But to do that I'm going to need to pretty much excavate this whole area, which is going to be a lot of digging, and my shovel is probably going to break because it's got no one breaking on it. Yeah, I'm thinking we just flatten it all out to this level here, and then we can artificially put in our tiers afterwards. but it's going to be a lot of digging, and it's night time already, so there's going to be a lot of mobs pestering me, but I don't want to waste nights by sleeping through every night, so maybe I should light up the area a little bit. That's probably a good idea. But yeah, so I'm just going to get cracking, start excavating, and I will treat you guys to a lovely time lapse because I know we all love them. But anyways, once I've got the majority of this area flattened out, I'll come back to you and we can discuss what we're going to do next. Okay, so my shovel is broken pretty quick, to be fair. It's my own fault. I should have just put unbreaking on it or something. But anyway, we've made some good progress. Pretty much cleared out this whole area. I want to keep a little bit of elevated land over here where we could build like a farmhouse or maybe a silo or something. But we've got a nice big area to actually farm on. We've got this cool stone structure here, which is naturally generated, and I think I'm going to keep it. Going to give it a nice touch to the farm, I think. But we've accumulated a ridiculous amount of dirt and gravel as well, which we could just bang in here. But we pretty much got all the essentials for what we need to start farming. Obviously, I need to terraform this area and turn it into that tier system that I want. But I also want to make the edge of the cliff like more of a sudden drop, if you get what I mean. Anyway, I think the next move for me here is, obviously I need to terraform this whole area. So again, I'm going to treat you guys, it's about 5 minutes into the episode, and I'm treating you to 2 lovely time lapses. Obviously, once I've got all that done, we'll come back and discuss what we're going to be doing next. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on day 46 of this series so far, and before I turn around, I have done a little bit of extra work. I may have gone slightly overboard. So I have implemented all of the 3 different tiers on each area, but I've also hoed and placed in pretty much all of the water sources that's needed for this farming area. I also went back down to our main base and brought up some more resources, so we've got like 10 stacks of potatoes, a lot of carrots, and a lot of seeds as well. But before I could say that we've actually done all of this area and we're ready to plant all the seeds, I've got to finish off hoeing the grass on this side and then putting more water sources up here. But the plan is, once I've got that done, we can put all the seeds down and finally move on to the fun bits of building and things. But I want to be putting up a wall here made out of different types of logs, like we did in the previous 100 days, if you've seen it. And then just over there is going to be where I'm going to be building like the farm houses and buildings. I am literally down to my last hoe, so hopefully this does the majority of the area, because then I'm going to have to get a couple more pieces of iron to make another hoe. We've officially run out of diamonds as well, which we're going to have to address at some point in the near future. But anyways, I'm going to crack on and get all this finished, and then once that's done, we can start placing all the seeds down, all the carrots, all the potatoes, and while that's growing in the background, we can do something else. Tell you what, I'm going to quickly try and fish a couple of pieces of iron, because I know the hoe's going to break, and we may as well let the iron smelt in the background whilst we're doing something productive, instead of just standing around and wasting time. It's typical. Whenever I don't need iron, it's just there, ready to be taken. But now I'm searching for it, I can't find a single piece. Maybe there's some in this cave here? Nope. Of course there isn't. Surely there's got to be a piece somewhere. Just 2 pieces of iron, that's all I need. I finally found some iron. I'm hoping... oh, well, we got 2 pieces at least. Brilliant. At least we're going to have enough to complete the rest of the hoeing that we've got to do. And from up here, it looks quite cool, even without all of the seeds and different vegetables placed in. Right, let's put this iron in the furnace so we can cook in the background while we're doing something productive with our life. I did see some of your feedback in the comments, and I noticed that a couple of people have mentioned about the coordinates on screen next to the day counter. For the next episode, I'm going to try and get that turned off and just have the day counter remaining, but for the rest of this episode, it's going to be on, because it's not going to make much of a difference now, as we've had it on for the first, I don't know, 10-15 minutes of the episode anyway. But for the next episode of this series and all future videos, it's just going to be a day counter. And we are now down to the final patch. Finally, this is taking me way too long. But what I've been doing, I've been calculating 4 blocks out, and then just placing a water source at the back, and then doing the same again. And then really it's just giving a 4 gap in between, and then placing another water source, and that seems to cover the majority of the area. Some areas aren't covered, so I have to add in an extra one. But in the grand scheme of things, these water sources probably won't be noticeable. I may even place some slabs over them in the future, but from a distance you're not going to be able to notice that there's water sources just laying around. I'm going to get this finished, get it all filled in and hoed, and once I've done that, I'll come back to you and we can decide what we're going to be doing next. And there we have it. I finally finished setting up all the farm area, ready for all the seeds to be planted. And I was just brainstorming while I was finishing out this final area. Obviously I need a pathway to come through the centre of the farm, else the crops are going to be inaccessible, and in real life that's just not an option. So the pathway I've got in mind is just going to run through the centre of the farm area. It's not going to be dead straight, it's going to have some curvature to it, that sort of thing, and it's going to link up at the end or the start of the farm to where we're going to have our buildings and houses, that sort of thing. Obviously now I've got another boring draining part of actually planting all the crops, but I'm not going to bore you with yet another time lapse, because that's going to be like 5 time lapses in the space of 10 minutes. Not literally, that's an exaggeration, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get this all finished, and once that's finished I'll come back to you again and we can start doing some things that are fun. But I promise this is all going to be worth it, because it's going to look really nice and very aesthetically pleasing. But before we do that, sorry to interrupt you guys again, I need to figure out a plan of linking up this farm up here to our little area we've got down by the water there. We need some sort of staircase system going down the mountain that doesn't look horrible. We could even do it inside the mountain, but we've got plenty of time to think about that yet, as there is no time limit on this series. This is the forever world. But yeah, sorry, I get sidetracked so easily. I'm going to get the crops all finished, and I'll see you guys when that's done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally we have finished putting in all of the crops, all of the seeds, all the carrots and all the potatoes. And as you can see, it's looking pretty nice. Obviously a lot of it needs to grow out before it looks fully fledged and aesthetically pleasing, but I can now say proudly we can move on to the next task. Like I previously mentioned, I'm going to be building the houses or the farmhouse around here, but I need a nice pathway to link it up to over here, because we're probably going to build something over there as well. But I will just show you, I've quickly started some small progress on another building that I want to be putting into the farm area. Is like a round, so like we did down in our other base, we're going to have a round wooden circle here with a glass window and a nice little cozy base on the inside, just to give it an extra touch up here. But for now I'm going to need to set up a little base of operations to store some stuff that we've got in the inventory, because you can see we've got like 5 million carrots and I need to clear up some space. We've got 13 stacks of carrots, we've got like unlimited wheat as well, so we've got unlimited food. That will never be a problem again. I did bring up a few resources with me. We got quite a bit of wood, to be fair, and I have smelted a little bit of stone, and you will see why. I'll tell you very shortly. So the design that I've decided I'm going to be going with, obviously I'm going to have a windy path going through the middle, but I'm going to be using stone brick and dark oak fences and fence gates. And what I mean by that is we're going to just do stone brick, fence gate, fence post, fence gate, and then stone brick. I'm going to do that in intervals all the way along. And I think we can also just bang stone brick wall on each one like that. Not like that, that was an accident. But yeah, I think that's going to look really nice. Obviously we need to clear a way through, which is going to be heartbreaking because it took me a lot of time. but it needs to be done. And I think it would look best if we do it on like sort of the middle tier, and we can work something going around our little stone monument that we got going on there. It is going to need to be 4 wide, yeah, at least 4 wide, because we need to put fences this side with our path. So I'm going to crack on and get this whole area flattened out of what I need to flatten out, and once we've got that ready I can come back and we can start working on the actual fence area. I think before we fully commit, it's probably a good idea to trial run what it's actually going to look like. So we'll just get started by doing... Something's gone wrong here already. Oh, that'll be why. Right, yeah, so we'll start by doing stone brick there, and then 1 stone brick there. And then obviously our fence gate, fence post, fence gate, stone brick, just like that. And I'm going to do that for this whole section here, and we can see what it looks like. I think it's going to look good anyway, but I'll come back to you when that's done. Just add in the stone brick walls on each stone brick block, but I'm loving the look of this already. And the plan is, once I've got enough iron, I'll be placing lanterns on top of these stone brick walls here. But just having a look around, I really do like the look of this design we got going on right now. But yeah, so that's the idea really. Obviously I need to, got my work cut out. I need to go all the way to the other side, all the way over there. But I'm going to get all that finished. I'm not going to bore you guys with a time lapse of me building the wall, because I'm sure a lot of you probably don't want to see that. But I'm going to get all of it finished, and once it's finished, obviously we need to put the flooring in as well, which I'm probably just going to use a variety of stone bricks, smooth stone, cobblestone, to give it a nice texture. But once it's finished, we can move on to actually building the farmhouse and the cliff base here as well. Okay then, 5 days later, we've finally finished the path going through. However, I did decide to extend the rest of the farm out this way, and I'll be building our farm buildings down on this patch of grass you can see here. But the plan is now I want to build a wall at the end of these carrots here, just purely for aesthetic, you know, and it makes it feel a little bit more safe. And the way I'm actually going to build the wall is going to be similar to what we did in the last 100 days. It's using all different types of logs and then just stripping them afterwards. And we're going to go all different types of height to give it some sort of variation. And you can see when they're stood side by side, they actually look really nice. But yeah, you get the gist. So I'm going to crack on and get this wall here finished. It's not going to take me long because we're just going to the edge of the cliff here. And once that's finished, we'll sleep the night away. We can crack on with the ideas I've got for the actual farm building area. And bang, the wall has finished. Just look at it from the exterior on the other side. That looks pretty nice. I like that, to be fair. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Take a look at this chest and how much wheat we've actually got. And all the carrots as well. The carrots are probably never going to get used, but the wheat's quite useful. But anyways, more importantly, let me show you the completed path. Well, it's not fully completed, obviously, because I need to extend it going all the way to the wall. But for now, I just want to move on to something a bit more enjoyable, because I've been working on this farm and this path for way too long. And I can get that done in my spare time. But yeah, the design, pretty simple. It looks nice. Apart from this area here, I couldn't figure out what to do. But it's a nice, simple but effective design. We've got our stone monument that's naturally made. And it leads to this big space over here, which gives us a lot more room and area to play with. So the quick draft that I've got up in my mind is I'm going to put a wall coming down from this mountain here all the way around to somewhere at the end there. And then we've got this whole area to build on. I want to be building like a big farmhouse, maybe like a barn as well for some animals. And I'm sure I'll get a couple of other ideas that come to mind as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I've gone and collected as much wood as possible from our little forest that we made down there. And that leaves us with about 6 stacks of spruce. We've got 3 stacks of dark oak logs, and we've got a couple of stacks of oak logs. I've been thinking about what to build and how I'm going to build it, but I've decided the best course of action for me is probably just to start building with no plan. I find that my best builds always come from when I build with no plan. With that being said, I definitely do want like a big farmhouse somewhere close to the edge of the mountain, so I may have to extend this little area here. I've got about 3 stacks of dirt to work my magic. So let me get this done, and we've got a nice foundation to actually build on. Right, and that's a lot better. We've got a much bigger space to work with here. Trying to work out which angle I want the front of the house to be on. Do I want it the entrance being here or the entrance being here? I think it'll make more sense the entrance being looking towards the farm and the mountain. I don't know why, it just makes more sense in my head. And unfortunately, my diamond axe is broke and we have no more diamonds left, so I'm going to have to resort to using iron again. Just momentarily, because I want to focus on getting the builds done before wasting another 2 days down in the mine. And this is going to be quite a big building. I want it to stand out, really stick out. So I'm going to be making it around 19 blocks wide. Instead of going 19 blocks wide, I've decided we're going to go 17 blocks wide. Here's why. This area here is going to be the entrance bit, and I'm thinking we have a nice curved roof going up like that, like we've done with the buildings down in the other base. And also on this face is going to be curving up and meeting with the other area we've got here. And we'll be bringing the entranceway out a few blocks as well. Obviously I need to move this chest out of the way. It's not going to be too crazy, literally just a three block gap, so I need to move this chest. Yeah, so just something like this. We've got the entranceway and the roof can start with a nice grand entrance. We can even put like a little fence around here, but anyways, I need to get the whole foundation of this building laid out before we can start making crazy ideas like that. Right, I finished up the frame for the house. You can see it's quite large. Hang on, let me give you a quick better view. I don't know why it's glitching like that. There we go. But yeah, the frame is massive. So I want this building to really stand out and stick out from the other buildings that I've made down there. At the end of the day, this is going to be the farmer's house. It's going to need a lot of storage areas to store all of the crops. But there is a lot of work that needs to be done to this building. I want to be using stone brick walls along the bottom half and then some like stripped logs above. I don't know which stripped logs yet, but to do that I'm going to need a lot of cobblestone. I'm going to need to smelt it up, so I've got some mining to do before we can get on with that. And unfortunately my pickaxe is going to break for some reason. I've got mending on it and it doesn't seem to do anything. I'm probably doing something wrong though, but I need to spam these spam these villagers a little bit to get more sticks so we can get another efficiency 5 book. But I want to make an enchantment table so we can get unbreaking on it as well. So I may or may not have got sidetracked from what I said I was going to do, but for good reasons. Instead of grinding getting sticks and emeralds, I decided just to get some diamonds and some ores to get some XP to make the pickaxe repair itself. But while I'm down here, I'm also getting some more deep slate. As you know me, I like to use deep slate for the roofs and just other features. So once I've got what I need from the mine, I'll meet you back at the surface. But we're back up to the surface and we're finally getting order around here. Got all this cobblestone smelting and on the go. The pickaxe is fully replenished and it only took 4 diamonds. And in the chest, we've got 4 stacks of deep slate, which should definitely be enough to finish off the roof. And our stone brick collection is piling up. And all that is left to do is to crack on with the house. This is probably going to take me longer than most of the builds that I've done, because I'm planning a lot of detail for this house. I just want it to look absolutely perfect. But without further ado, I'm going to jump in to getting this house done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally finished building the shell of this building. To give you a better look, if it stops glitching, there we go, I've got it to work. So this here is the front of the building. As you can see, we've got a nice curvy roof, and if we go around to the back, it's just more of the same with a nice big window. But the whole plan is this here is going to be the entranceway. We're going to have some like a door here with a small balcony area extending out, and then it'll be the same for this side. But inside we've got a huge amount of space. It's massive, and we can have 2 stories. What I am going to be doing is I'm going to be elevating the flooring in here just by 1 block, but I need to divide this whole inside into areas and different rooms. So I'm going to crack on doing that using some of the logs, just getting the room layout set up. And once I've done that, I'll come back to you and we can have a think about designing of what we actually want the inside to look like. Right then, so I've finished a rough layout for the inner design of where the rooms and things are going to be. So we're going to come into the entrance here. We'll have some nice little decorations, maybe even a couple windows. And it elevates up, leading to the downstairs area. I've sectioned off a room over here, this sort of entranceway room here, and then another room on this side. And this room does have a staircase leading up. Obviously I need to finish this staircase here, but it's going to come up to here, to a nice window where we can look at the farm and check all the crops and see how they're growing. And we can have a nice bed space with some storage just up here. But yeah, so that's the rough design of what's going to be going on here. Obviously I've got lots of decorating to do. I've got to add some natural lighting. The balcony areas I was talking about has got to be added in. But I've got my work cut out ahead of me. So I'm going to crack on and get most of this done. And once we've made some good amount of progress, we can talk about decorating the whole house. Because we've got this whole rear side of the building that needs to be decorated, because right now it doesn't look that pleasant. We could even add another balcony area in around the back here. I think that would look quite nice. But yeah, I need to crack on and get this work done. Once we've made some significant progress, I'll come back to you guys with an update. But before we do that, if you have made it this far into the video, be sure to comment pig down below. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have put in a nice bit of work, to be honest. And this is what it's shaping up to look like. Let me see if I can get a better angle for you. So the front of the house, I've finished the two small balcony areas. I've implemented a small little window you can see there. I've used trapdoors, half slabs and some fence posts, but I need to get some sand for the glass. But if we move on into the inside, it still needs a little bit of work. But the entranceway is pretty basic. We've got our stairs coming up, some fence posts with some more stairs and a trapdoor. And I've gone with that theme to the entranceway for each room. But the stairs give it like a nice little pillar effect with the trapdoors as well. We've got some empty space here to work with, but it leads on to the balcony area. I can add a couple of decorations on here at some point. And the same with the other room. I've just added in some barrels underneath the stairs to give it a nice effect. And then it leads out onto the second balcony, which gives us a nice look over the farm and the views in the distance. Going upstairs, I've put some chests underneath the staircase here. And I still need to figure out what I want to be doing for the upstairs area here. But the bit that I'm excited to show you is back downstairs. I've added in the rear balcony, but you can see the shape of the back of the house is looking really, really nice, I feel. Obviously, like I said, I need to get some glass to patch in the window areas, and I need to decorate each side of the house. But apart from that, we're pretty much nearly done with this building, and I feel that it looks really nice. The plan is I'm going to sleep away the night because I know some phantoms are due an attack any moment now, and then I'm going to make my way down to our original base and see if we've got any sand laying in the chest. If not, I'll have to dig some up off the shore. Okay then, we finally got some glass. I had to travel all the way down there to get some sand, but nevertheless we've got what we need now. And I've added this small little entrance thing here just to make it look a little bit better. Let's go and add in our glass to the windows. We'll start off with the big main window here. Perfect, that's looking lovely. And then obviously just our little entrance window like that. Perfect, looking really nice. I was thinking for this side of the house we could probably add in another window area. And then once I've completed on this house, I do want to add, I know I've never done one of these before, but I want to add another tower, a bigger tower, somewhere like here. Now for the window on this side of the building, I want it to be quite big, so we're going to do 2 windows in a 2x3 format. Just because else, if we just only got torches lighted, it's a bit boring. It's always a bit dark. And we could just follow a similar sort of design using dark oak slabs, just like that. And we can even do the same underneath. And then we've got the choice of, we can either use stone brick walls in between each one, or dark oak fences. And I think the dark oak fence is going to look better with this one, as we got a stone brick on the bottom layer. It doesn't really blend in well. And we can even throw in some trapdoors underneath, just like that. I think it will look better if we go up and raise the slabs that are above the glass panes, just like that. And then we do the same on the other side. If we just take a little look, see what that looks like. I think that looks really nice, actually. I quite like that. And just throw in some lanterns around the area to brighten things up. Again, if we just take in a moment to really take in the build, I think it looks really nice, and I'm very happy with how it's turned out. Looking at it with the farm in the background, and I really like the way it's looking. But we still need to find a way to incorporate the build that we've done up here and all the buildings we're going to do to link it with our other village down there, with a nice like path and stairway leading to the other village, which shouldn't be too hard. But like I said, I want to build a nice big tower, like going very high up, so we can look over the farm, look over all our area, and then probably like a wall along the edge, just containing the whole area. Okay, so I think the next course of action for me is I need to tidy up the area a little bit and look at it a bit more so it blends in and looks very nice and scenic, and maybe build like a couple small buildings, maybe a barn, before I build the huge tower, because I want it to be a big tower. I don't want it just to be a small regular tower like we got down at the bottom base. But for the rest of this episode, I want to get a nice little pathway going, linking up to the farm, and maybe get some animals into nice cozy pens for them. I'm thinking that we can build a barn, maybe 2 barns down on this level we've got here. I'm thinking one for sheep and one for a few pigs, because I can't find any cows up here, and I don't want to be dragging them up a mountain. But it's not going to be anything too extravagant. It's something nice and simple. The template that I've gone with, it's just a small entranceway where the animals can wander in and out. Hang on, I've not done this right. Let me change this and get it to what I need it to be. Okay, right, I know what you're thinking. This is much larger than the previous design that I had. I thought if I'm going to build a barn, then I may as well build a proper barn. But this is the layout that I'm going to be going for. So we will be going in to the centre, and off to the left there'll be some nicely sized pens, maybe like a pig one, a chicken one, that sort of thing, a sheep over here, another pig one. But we'll have some nice sized pens for the animals to live in. But yeah, I'm going to be building not a huge extravagant roof like we got on here, because it's going to look stupid, but something maybe a little bit curved on the centre bit and something with a little bit of incline on either side. But I'm going to go ahead and pop the roof on, and once the roof's finished I'll come back and we can both go in and start building. Oh, hang on, this skeleton wants some. Yeah, what I'm saying is we can go in together and start building and designing the interior of the barn. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I have completed the construction of the roof. So as you can see, this is the design that I'm going for. I've used dark oak log for the centre, more curvy area of the roof. And I've used a mix of deep slate slabs and spruce slabs on top. Let me get a higher point of view for you. So yeah, you can see it a bit better now in this angle, but that's the design for the roof that I've gone for. I've also added some buttons, some stairs and trapdoors in between to give it more of a nicer effect. But yeah, so the only things that we really need to do now is work on the inside of the actual barn. I'm going to start by lighting the place up because it's extremely dark in here. I'm thinking if we follow the same pattern with the deep slate that we've used around the edges as the lower level of the wall, and we do that all the way around, I think that will look quite nice. Perfect, just like that. I think that looks very nice actually. I really do like that. And for the inside of the actual barn, we've got enough space to make it 3 wide, but plenty of space in lengthway. So if we just put a little divide up in the middle here using deep slate. I need more deep slate though. Yeah, so the divide's going to be pretty much like this. I just need to fill in the rest of this grass area here to make it all level. So once I've done that, we'll come back and start getting out all the details of this. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we can use stone brick walls on either side like that as the entranceway, and then sort of going with the same design we did for the farm pathway. We'll go fence gate, fence post, fence gate. Why is that? Have I done something wrong? I figured out what the issue was, is because it connected up to the deep slate wall, but now I've fixed it. So this is the design we're going to be using to partition each of the barn areas. But just as the window spaces, we're going to be going fence gate, fence, fence gate. So let me get this filled in on this side, and then we can start doing the other side as well. Perfect. And this is what it looks like from the exterior, and I think this is looking very nice. I like this. I do need to brighten up the area though, because it's extremely dark. And then we're literally going to do the exact same thing for the other side. And once we've actually completed the barn and got all the animals in place, we need to link up a pathway from each building and that pathway over there. And hopefully that should leave us with a good 25, maybe 20 days to focus on building the big tower. Right, and with that being said, I believe the exterior and the interior of the barn is now completed, and it's looking very nice, I must say. The only thing we need to do now is lower some animals into here. Okay, I've managed to get ourselves some animals for the barn, which is good news. We've got one pig, just a singular pig for the moment. There only seems to be one whole pig in this whole world. But we've got a few sheep and we've got a few chickens. There is another space maybe for a horse if we can find one, but for now we've got a good little start for the barn area. And I can comfortably say that the only thing that we really need to do now for this episode is make a nice stony pathway linking up each of these buildings here, and of course our staircase, or our pathway, sorry, over here. And the pathway is going to be comprising of a few different types of stone. We've got deep slate bricks, got stone bricks, cobbled deep slate, andesite and cobblestone. And that should give us a nice little variety for what we want to do. But first of all, I need to carve out a nice little pathway. Oh my god, that was close. I panicked. I literally panicked. Oh my god. That could have been the end of the video. See, that's what happens when you get too comfortable. And again, I panicked. I keep clicking the inventory button. Oh my god, I need to be more aware of my surroundings. But yeah, you get the gist. I'm going to crack on and get this pathway done. It's not going to take me too long. Once I've done that, I'll come back and we can admire what we've done to this place. And just like that, the pathway has been completed. Again, nothing sophisticated, something nice and simple, which links up each of the buildings. Did have a couple setbacks. I got blown up by 3 creepers in total, but this is a nice way, I feel, to round off the end of this episode. And if you have enjoyed, please leave me a like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. But thank you all for tuning in. And as always, let me know down in the comments below if there's anything you want me to do, anything I can improve on, or just any tips overall. But thank you for watching and take care. Now, what I do kind of want to do is I'll show you, we've got this empty space here. We've got like a big empty space from where our little village is, in between our big farm and the farm buildings. I kind of want to convert this area into more farms. Now, I know what you're thinking, more farming, we've just spent about 50 days doing farms, but it fills in the space and it makes it look more aesthetic and just not like there's an empty area. To do that, I'm going to need lots of seeds and some buckets, but luckily we've got thousands and thousands up there now. I just feel like a nice farm really brings the area to life. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am stocked up to the absolute max with all different types of farming equipment. I've got myself a fresh hoe, plenty of potatoes and plenty of seeds. The plan now is I'm going to have a quick rest, sleep the night away, and then we're going to make it our way down to this whole area, and we're going to come up with an absolute beautiful design. I'll see you guys in the morning. So, as we discussed before, you can see our whole base here really. We got our small village down on the lower level, and then a huge farm with a couple buildings up there. But the spaces in between are just very empty. I'm focusing more on this area. I want to fill in with a nice farming facility, just purely for aesthetic. And on the other area, you can see just below the farmhouse, that area is what we're going to be transforming in the next 100 days. But the plan is, over the next few hundred days, I want to be transforming this whole riverside, the mountain, and even above on the actual top of the mountain where the other village is. First thing that I need to do is, unfortunately, I need to chop down all these trees so we get a nice blank canvas. So what my thoughts are is, you can see this middle island, I've already dug out like the water holes. If I zoom out a little bit, the middle island is going to be sort of either carrots or potatoes, and then the surrounding part I'm going to do full of wheat, and then I might just add some other crop areas around it, because I want to leave a little bit of space around this base here so we can work with it, but I just want to fill in the area a little bit so it looks a bit more pleasing, a bit more bright, and just a little bit more complete. But yeah, like I said, we got this whole area to work with in future, the future 100 days, and this area over here. But without further ado, I'm going to start filling in all this area with water, and once that's done, I'll come back to you and I'll let you know the progress that we've made. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and you'll see I've done quite a bit of work, to be honest. As I said, I wanted to add in some farming area to fill the gap in between, but I've also added in a small little forest area to really separate the two bases that I'm going to have. Obviously, over here is the first base we built. Up there is the farm base, and what you see over to the right, just past the trees, is what I'm going to be expanding on in the next 100 days. But so far, we've got 18 days left of the 100 days, and I'm loving all the progress we've got so far. Obviously, I still want to build a big tower up by the long farm base on the cliff, but I also want to add in something towards the edge of the lake down here. I want to sort of add in some like wood around the area. What the purpose of it is going to be, I want to add in like a wood barrier here and like a dirt path going across the coast, sort of like a coastal path really. I think it will give it a nice little touch on the area and just really bring our whole base area to life. Obviously, to do that, we're going to need quite a fair bit of wood, a fair bit of dirt as well. Let me get all the resources that we need, and we can actually crack on with getting it done. I would just like to clarify and apologise really. There is like a big gap between each of my videos, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. I've got commitments outside of YouTube as well. I've got children and I've got to work as well. That's unfortunately. Obviously, I need money to fund my family and also fund my YouTube career. Obviously, hopefully one day we get to the point where I don't need to work and I can work making these videos, and it'll be a lot easier for me to create content. But yeah, so I do apologise for the delay in between videos. I do work as fast as possible. But back to the task at hand. If I'm correct, we should have plenty of dirt laying around this area, because we did excavate the whole mountain really. And unfortunately, I've jinxed myself. It appears we've only got 33 dirt. So I suppose that means I've got to start digging as much dirt as possible, and once I've done that, we can come back and get started on the project. Lovely, we've got 3 stacks of dirt. That should be hopefully more than enough for what we need. Obviously it's not a massive project, so that should see us through. But yeah, so the plan here really is just to expand on the coastline that's already here with dirt. Obviously I'll look to replace this gravel and stuff once we've got the main bit done. And once we've done most of the expanding of the coastline, we're going to be using a shovel, turn it into a pathway. But so you get the gist of the idea that I want to do. I'm actually going to get most of it done, and once I've got all the dirt and pathway sorted, I'll update you and show you what we're going to do with the wooden spruce planks that I've got here. Just wanted to quickly show you before the sun comes up, because it's going to be blinding, but I've pretty much completed the length and the size of the coastal path that we're going to be doing just for now. Obviously in the future we'll extend it going up all the way along across the river or lake. I don't know the difference between the two. I think one's freshwater, one's seawater. Anyway, right, now it's time to show you what I want to be doing with the spruce blocks. It's nothing complicated, but I'll show you now. Literally just going to be adding in a border going along with the spruce blocks like this, literally all the way along. Obviously, in the real world, this will probably add some form of protection, I don't know, against Vikings or something. But in this Minecraft world, it's purely just for aesthetics. Right, with that now being completed, let's get a nice aerial bird's eye view of what it actually looks like. I think it should look nice, but anyway, let's have a look. It's quite hard to see because of the sun and the ortho mod is like warping everything. but I do like the look of it. From above, it looks nice, and that was the main objective, for it to look nice. Obviously now we have to link it up to the pathway going through the main actual village, and we can do that in two areas. We can do it coming down from here, and we can also do it going from the mine. So let's get that done. We're just going to need a few bits of different stone, cobblestone, gravel. You get the gist. We've done it before. Let's get it done. All right, we've linked up part 1 or area 1 of the pathway here. Finally, just to link up the area to the mine. I don't know why, but I just love building pathways. It's so satisfying and so relaxing. Right, and that is area 2 all linked up. But with that being said and done, I think it's about time that we start working on the big project, and that will be the tower up there. Obviously, to build this tower, we're going to need a lot of resources. We're going to need a lot of stone, a lot of stone bricks. We're going to need a lot of wood. I want to be building it in this area, and it's going to be a big tower. When I say this, I really want to emphasize it's going to be massive. But like I said, we need to get a lot of resources, so unfortunately that means a lot of off-camera mining. Nothing special. You're not missing out on anything. Just me gathering cobblestone. So without further ado, I'm going to get cracking and get that started. Once I've got what I feel like is enough stone and other resources, I'll come back to you and I'll let you know what the plan is and the lowdown. Okay, so I've had a big think about how I want to do this, and the idea is I'm going to have a lower layer of like a diameter of 13 blocks. So let me put that into place, and then once I've done that, we can come back and see what it looks like. Okay, so I actually decided to make a diameter of 15 blocks, but the idea is we're going to have a layer of 15 blocks at diameter. We're going to go up, for example, I don't know, maybe 7 blocks, and then the diameter is going to shrink to like 13 or 11, and then we're going to go up again, and then the diameter is going to shrink again to like 9 or something, and then the final layer and the smallest diameter is going to go up quite high and be the actual tower. It's quite hard to describe. I hope that you understood what I was trying to say, but the only way to describe it really is to actually show you. So you guys are going to be blessed with a lovely time lapse. This is going to take me a long time, so enjoy the time lapse, and I will see you when the tower is completed. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, and you have seen with the time lapse, we've pretty much completed the outside structure of the tower. Obviously, there's still a few additions that I'm going to be making just to make it look more aesthetically pleasing along the outside. Also need to add some different textures going all the way up. But one thing that I do want to complete before we move on to the inside is I need to add another ring going around the tower like we have with these slabs here. But as you can see at the bottom of the screen, we have, well, basically 10 days left to get this tower completed. So we're working on a bit of a time constraint. And I'm thinking of adding the other ring going around about halfway, so about at this height here. And it's nothing extravagant, it's quite simple really. Just using the slabs going around all the way like this. God, it is sketchy building from this height. I had a close call, you might see it in the time lapse, but it might be too quick. I fell from the top here down to this layer there, and I was on half a heart left. I did also have to pop into the mine and get some more diamonds, as all of my tools were broken. I had no diamonds and I couldn't stick using iron for any longer, so I repaired the diamond pickaxe fully. I've got an enchanted axe now with unbreaking on it and a sharp 1 sword, but that's all we need really. I don't need anything too special. But if we have a look at this, yeah, I think that looks nice. I've got to find the right angle, but yeah, that looks really nice. I do really like that. But like I said, there's still some things that I want to do to the outskirts of the building, like adding windows and adding 3D textures to really bring the actual building to life. But for now, we've got a more important task of sorting the inside out, because like you can see, the exterior, if it wants to work, looks quite nice like this. But the inside, it literally is just an empty, huge tower. And now for the flooring, I'm just going to be doing something simple, but it's going to look quite nice. I'm going to quickly enchant this diamond shovel just to speed things up a little bit. Efficiency 1. That's all we can get. We don't have the full setup. So for the interior, we're going to have, on this level, 4 different quadrants. They're all going to be either stone brick or deep slate brick. And I'm also thinking if we strip these logs here just to give it a bit of a more smoother look, I think that looks nice. But like I said, we're going to get this filled in with either stone brick or maybe something else if it comes to mind. But the main thing that I'm struggling to work out how I'm going to do is a staircase going up. I want a nice elegant staircase for the lower level, and then for the upper levels it could just be something simple. But I'm thinking something like a curved staircase meeting up on both sides up to here. But I'm just going to quickly dig out the rest of this grass area here and fill it in with stone brick just to see what it looks like. If it looks nice, we're just going to go with it. I don't know if it's going to fit very well because of the gradient of going up against a stone brick wall. But there's only one way to find out really, it's just putting it in and testing it out. Yeah, see, I like the colour between the log and the stone brick, but for me it just doesn't really fit well up against the wall. So I'm going to do the same for this side, but with deep slate bricks and see what that looks like. Yeah, I feel like that definitely fits a lot better with the wall, but the only issue is we don't have a lot of deep slate brick to spare. Let me see if I've got any laying around in some other chest somewhere. It really doesn't look like we do, so I'm going to see how much I can smash out with what I've got. And I might have to go back down into the mines, unfortunately. Which isn't ideal because, like I said, we're on a time limit here. We have only got 5 slabs left, but I'm improvising here and I've come up with a genius idea. We can use upside down staircases. Look at that. That is what you call a creative mind. Yeah, and just looking at that already, I think it would look so much better than with a stone brick. But I do like the look of this entrance. It may even be the case of, oh no, I am breaking the rules slightly here. Don't worry, I'm not going into creative. It may be even the case of that I extend it to maybe 2 days over 100 days. If we need to. We might not even need to yet. Guys, we're going to have to go back down into the mines because I'm going to need more deep slate at some point. But I just love using deep slate bricks, so I'm going to have to go down into the mines and get some. But I suppose the good news is it shouldn't take us too long because we've got the efficiency 5 pick. With mending, for some reason, just does nothing for me. So I've been down to the mines and we've got all the deep slate that we're probably going to need. But I've had a quick idea, light bulb moment. I'm going to be putting dark oak slabs all the way around this area here. And I think it's going to add a nice feature to it and really bring it to life. Literally just like that. And I think that it brings it to life a little bit. It gives it a bit more character. Obviously we can add in staircases around each area to brighten things up a little bit, but sorry if you can hear my daughter wailing in the background. She's going crazy at the moment. She's found her voice. But yeah, so I need to figure out what sort of staircase I can make here. Now for the staircase, I've come up with some sort of idea. I want to use a collection of deep slate bricks and dark oak slabs. Now the tricky part for me is actually making this into a curvy sort of spiral stairway. I think the best bet I've got is just to have a play around with it and see what I can do. And when I say have a play around with it, it's literally just placing it randomly and trying to make it look nice. But I guess that's what Minecraft is really about. See, so far that looks absolutely awful. So I'll probably have to tear that all down and start again. Oh, this is going to be a long process. I don't know how to do spiral staircases. Okay, so listen, before you judge me, it is very hard to do a spiral staircase, let alone with the shape of the building that I've gone for. But that being said, I've built a staircase and I think it looks okay so far. What do you guys think? I know I can't hear from you live, but let me know down below. I think this looks quite nice, to be fair. Obviously this isn't the finished product, but it gives a bit of a separation. But the underground here, we can have something down here, don't know what yet. And this could be the entrance way, but I like the look of this so far. Now what I was going to be doing next is extending the staircase this way. By that I mean just getting it up to the correct level, just like that. Obviously we need to alter this a little bit. I need to get some lanterns in here. It's getting a bit dark. And actually, you know what? I think this looks really nice. I'm not just saying that to be biased and because it was stressing me out, but I genuinely like the look of this a lot. So we'll go up the stairs and it will lead us to the upper area. I have realised that this doesn't actually really work because you get to the end of the staircase and you've got nowhere to go. So I need to figure out what I can do with that. I've solved the problem just by using normal staircases instead of slabs. But now I've got to figure out what block I want to be using for the flooring. I'm thinking we use deep slate just to keep the same theme up. There's only one way to find out whether it's going to look nice or not, and that is just throwing it around everywhere. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty proud of what I've done so far. Obviously, it's a bit dark and gloomy in here. It will be changed when we've got lots of lighting going around. But if we go up the staircase in a nice spiral, we need to cover up this area here, so just ignore this for now. But we go up to the second level, and right now you think this looks a bit weird. That's a bit strange. But here, we can add a nice big window area. And essentially, going up from here, it's just going to be a large, simple spiral staircase going up all the way to the very top. Because I could sit here and spend 20 to 30 days building an insane interior, but the only levels that really are going to be matter is when you come in the entranceway and like the first floor or the second tier. But apart from that, nothing else is really going to be getting used. But with that being said, we've still got our work cut out ahead of us because we've got to finish and finalise the exterior and obviously sort out more of the interior. But what I'm thinking is, if we get the inside done and get it done and dusted, then we can focus on working on the outside, like we said. The inside, it shouldn't take too long, really. It's just adding in some decorations, making it look nice, and obviously sorting out the staircase going all the way up to the top. And we need to work on the top layer as well. I forgot about that. But I feel like if we work on the actual staircase going up itself first, just to get that over and done with, and we also have quick access going up to the upper level as well. I'm going to be going with something nice and simple, again just using slabs going up all the way around in sort of like a spiral formation. As you can see, I've got the main formation of the staircase implemented. All I need to do is tidy it up, and by tidying it up I want to add sort of like a rail on the side of the stairs so we don't fall off to our death. And to do that, what I'm thinking is just placing deep slate slabs on either side, like this. And it adds in a nice little border, and we can even add fence posts or walls, stone walls on each slab, if you get what I mean. And I didn't even take the opportunity to get a look at what everything's looking like from the tower, and it looks beautiful, I have to say. It looks really, really nice. The wheat down there starting to grow. We've got all this farm area here, the barn, the farmhouse. Just looks amazing. This is definitely my favourite set of builds that I've done in the 100 days. But yeah, anyways, back to the task at hand. Let's add in the handrail, is the terminology I believe I'm looking for, to this staircase. All the way down and all the way around. And once that's done, it's over and done with, and we can worry about something a bit more fun. And I have been reading your comments, guys. I read every single one of the comments, actually. And a lot of you have been saying for me to continue on the series after the 100 days and don't just stop there. And that's the idea with this Forever World, is I don't just stop at 100 days. I can come back to it as and when I please. Obviously, it won't be as frequently uploaded as some other videos because I want to work on other projects whilst playing my Forever World as well. But with that being said, the staircase is now done. It's completed. And I know it's not anything extravagant, but it does the job and I'm happy with it. I need to fix some of these areas because it looks a bit bulky and horrible. But obviously I want to add some stone walls or fences going up with some lanterns on it as and when we go. But for now I need to work on decorating a lot of the inside of this tower. I want to focus on the lower levels first just to get that over and done with and out the way. And the idea that I had to mind for this is I'm going to add some fence posts along here if it looks nice, instead of blocking it all the way off. Just like this. I don't know why I made 46 fences. We don't need that much, but at least we've got a spare for the future. Like that, and then maybe we can add a lantern on either side. It's a bit odd for some reason. The shape of this is not symmetrical, unfortunately, but like that. I think that looks alright. And maybe just fill in these gaps here with some more slabs just to make it look a bit more flowing and fitting. But really what I want to focus most of my energy on is the entrance area, is most commonly seen bit. I want to be adding in some staircases in here, giving it a nice pattern sort of texture vibe to it. Unfortunately, I've run out of stone brick spare to make like actual staircases, so unfortunately that means I'm gonna have to go mining again, and we're wasting crucial time here. We haven't got a lot of time left. Never mind, I found I've got some spare hidden away in this chest. So a couple of things that have happened since where we last left off. It is now day 96 going into day 97, so the 100-day period is running out. But nevertheless, I have added some upgrades to the tower. As you can see, I've upgraded the outskirts. I've put windows all the way around on that side and on the other side as well. I've added in some walls and fence posts just to give it a better look on the outside. I'm not sure whether I did this off camera, to be honest, but you can see we got a nice entranceway as well. But what I want to work on together now is getting the upper layer of the tower completed and finished, so the tower will be basically done. Obviously in the next 100 days there'll be some more upgrades that we add to the tower and the surrounding area just to make it look a little bit more complete, but for now I'm pretty happy with the progress that we've got. And what a lovely time for it, nice thunderstorm. The first thing that I want to think about doing is adding in some sort of border along the edges of the tower here, so we don't fall off and die in a pit of despair. And I'm thinking if we just add a nice simple layer going all the way around, it should do the trick. And we can add our lanterns on the corners of the walls like this. I think that looks alright. Yep, I like that. Obviously for this side we can't put it all the way around because we'll be banging our heads on the walls, but we can still put that there to keep it nice and safe when we come up. We need to light the roof above us as well, like that, you know, so no monsters come. But when we're down in our base we can clearly see where the big tower is because it's going to be full of light. But apart from that, really I don't really feel like there's too much we can actually do to the upper level. Maybe we can add a little step up here so we can get a nice view of what we've created in this world. But we have got 3 days left, as I've said, so maybe that's some time we can spend texturing the tower, because right now it's just a bunch of stone brick, which it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look realistic. And to do that I'm going to need lots of different types of stone. We can use cobblestone, andesite, can even use gravel, that sort of thing. But we are low on resources for the moment, so I'm going to have to mine a few bits to get enough to do what we need to do. And I do just want to take a moment to say that if you do enjoy my content and you've enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you could leave me a like and subscribe. I know I don't want to be that guy that begs his viewers to subscribe and like, but it really motivates me to keep going, because it can be hard for a creator like myself and many other creators out there that don't get a lot of viewers, but it still takes such a big amount of time to create these videos with the editing, the recording and getting things looking good. But yeah, anyways, that would mean the world to me. But I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes here just mining out the whole surface and getting everything that we need. I feel like we've got a good amount of blocks now to start texturing this whole tower. Obviously this is quite a big, boring, mundane job, so I'm just going to crack on and get all of this done. Once I feel like we've got a good amount of progress, I'll update you to see what it looks like. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about the massive glaring sunlight here, but you can see that I've textured going all the way up the tower, and I think that just blends the surface a lot better. We do need to link up the tower to one of my famous pathways, something nice and simple but effective, just again using different types of stone to link up the path. And we could do with some more bone meal to bring the the grass areas to life a bit more, like some flowers and things wouldn't hurt. Apart from that, I've really liked the things that we built in this 100 days or this series so far. Even the area down the bottom is really nice. Up here, it's really nice. This tower is just huge, but I really like it. I could definitely see more progress when it comes to building in Minecraft coming along. I should just have some more flowers laying around in chests. The amount of terraforming I've done, I should have thousands laying around. Apparently, I don't have any more flowers up here. I might have some down in the other base. I might have to check it out in a second. But for now, I'm going to use these tulips and other plants that I've got. We've got one more piece of bone meal spare. Where shall I put it? Just here? Nice. And we've got another flower. And I think this area is looking lovely and cozy now. Very homely. I think what will be a good idea is, for the final few days, is to take a nice little tour of everything that we've built in this 100 days so far. And it's only right we start where it all began, in our original nice little village we got going down here. It all started around here. We had the villagers set up here in a nice humble little pen for them, more like a prison. But we built them a nice little home. This was the original Fletcher. Unfortunately, you can see he's been turned into a zombie. But we've got our other original Fletcher here, just chilling, looking at the wall. And then we set up our farming area. As you can see, we've got our wheat, we've got carrots, all looking lovely. And we built a nice another home for the librarians just in here. And they have all been put to good use. Especially this fella here, the Efficiency 5 guy. We got our lovely, tiny, miniature, magnificent tower, which is humble, but it looks nice still. Of course, we cannot forget our house that we built for ourselves, which is probably the least used building out of all of them. But still, it's nice to have. And our mining area, which we still haven't even made into a mine. We'll definitely be expanding on this in the next 100 days. And our lovely little coastal path. It's got no use to it so far, but it will play a massive part in the next video, or the next 100 days video, because it's going to expand all the way around the whole coastline, and we've got a nice metropolis of villages going on. But if we take a good little bird's eye view of what we got going on here, and it does look really nice and cozy. I really do like the look of it. Obviously in the future I want to expand the area behind, but for now this looks lovely. And obviously we got the big boy base on the cliff here, the huge farming area that took ages, and we've got our farmhouse, the barn, and the huge tower. And you can see above that we've got the original village where we stole all of our villagers from. I definitely will be expanding that upper layer in the future as well. And just like that, day 99 has arrived. It is time for one final sleep in this first 100 days of this Minecraft world. And if you have enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next 100 days. Goodbye.